Hello family, welcome to my channel. So this is a video for June 2022, and I want to start out by talking a little bit about the stuff that we have just gone through, and that has to do with whenever we go through gateways or what people would call like portals or things like that, timeline jumps. We end up having some really serious activation symptoms or ascension symptoms. And so I'm going to go into those and then why this happens, okay? So what we just experienced and will continue to experience off and on every time we go through one of these major upgrades and up-leveling is an awareness of the places that we are out of alignment with ourselves, right? So this is a form of like bringing light to our darkness. And I don't mean that we have all this darkness, but the places where our shadow resides, the things that we don't want to face, the things that we avoid, and the things that create pain and suffering, right? So these are painful childhood memories or things from our past that we just wish never happened. And also things that we've done to others. And so that can create pain as well when we realize that we've hurt somebody else. Now, this is because we are shifting deeper into unity. And as we do that, we start to generate more of the oneness with all, right? With each other. And so that's another one of the symptoms that we've been going through and will continue to go through during this awakening process. And when you start to feel at one with others, it's a beautiful thing because you can't hurt somebody when you feel them, right? So imagine a world where what you do to somebody else, you feel almost instantaneously. It would be a very different world, right? People couldn't get away with stuff. People wouldn't be creating immense suffering for their profit. And this is the beauty about shifting into unity. That stuff is it's been going on for a very long time, but we've entered into a new stage of our human evolution as far as our spirituality and our ability to connect into our multidimensional template and feel at one with not just each other, but then nature and animals and the planet, right? So some of these activations can make you feel like you're outside of your body, like you're not grounded in your body, almost like your body exists and then you exist, but you're not really present with it, right? It can feel very spaced out and light at times too, like you're just really light and your body's really dense. So it can also bring up feelings of not wanting to be here. And that's very hard because when you're really depleted energetically, you end up having feelings of, like, I just want to leave this reality. I can't do this anymore. And this is when you really need to be patient with yourself because it's a purging process that you're going through. And as we shift and grow, that stuff comes up to the surface for us to clear. But as it clears, we feel it and it hurts. So there's been almost like with the energies present, almost like this forced awakening. And it's not that the universe or the energies of this reality are forcing us. It's just that they're shifting, okay? And most of this is happening because we are driving these new timelines. And we call forth this energy of creation through our attention and our focus and our intentions. And so then it comes about. And as we increase in our awareness, we keep calling more of the peace and more of the unity and more of the compassion and love. And we really get to refine our experience and what we want to experience in this world. And that's whatever we pay attention to and whatever we pour our hearts and energies and emotions into. So the awareness that you're manifesting the timelines is another major symptom of awakening. You understand that things don't just happen. It's not like, okay, I'll take life as it comes. You're making it happen. Your life shows up the way that you feel. Okay. And there's no shame, blame, or guilt in any of this. We all have pretty bad programming going on in our innermost levels. And that's the level of creation, right? Have you ever sat back and had a negative daydream? I used to have these a lot. I had so much conflict in my field that the presence of the energy of conflict would trigger thoughts. of conflict. And so I would have these daydreams of conflict. My goodness. I mean, I had to turn that around for sure. But many of us do that. And it comes from early childhood experiences and things like that. So, it can feel very challenging to hold on to your physical form while we're in intense upgrades. And that's when we're really going through these jumps or shifts. And it can really make you feel shaky and tired and like, almost like you might be dying, and certainly if you feel like you're dying, then you need to check in with a medical professional. But we're going through this sort of like planetary Kundalini awakening. Okay, so something like that, right? Where the energies of the planet are no longer the same as they were. So the very nature of this reality is shifting. And as that happens, we notice the accelerated energies, and that leads to heightened awareness. Now, the difference of the energy in your body and the way that you view the world and the higher energies of these new timelines, this is what causes such intense symptoms. So it's like I can compare it to almost like trying to jump into a moving car, or jump onto a train that's moving. It's going at a different rate than you, a different speed than you. And so it can be kind of jarring to try to enter into that new space with old energies. And this is why we've continuously been going through purges over and over and over. And it seems like a never-ending purge, right? And we're clearing past lives and ancestral trauma and clearing even current situations. And even the thing that's been going on the planet has partially been created to generate a lot of trauma, which allows you to be greatly influenced in the mental body. Now, since we know that whatever you focus on is what you generate more of into the timelines, of course, the, people who are puppeteering reality here know what they're doing to get people to create collective timelines. The beautiful thing is, though, that the energies that we are calling forth, a lot of us, not everybody, some people are really caught up in fear, but a lot of us are calling for peace and love and compassion and equality. And this is why energies are shifting dramatically. Okay. And then also we're in cycles that are completing as well. So there's actually really a lot going on. So with this month coming up, what we're going to notice is a softening in the collective heart. And that's going to look like a lot of forgiveness and a lot of compassion. And so you're going to notice that the media is going to ramp up on their, paying attention to things that are opposite of that. So whenever we have an opportunity to rise up, of course, the media is being used to push us back down because they'll put stuff in our face that makes us feel lower vibrations. And then we start, whatever you feel about, you create. And so then we start generating those lower timelines again, but we're not going to fall for it anymore. And that's why we don't even really need to watch the media anymore. We really need to pay attention to how the information that's coming in makes us feel. Okay, because if it doesn't feel good, that is because your inner guidance system is telling you this is not true for you. Okay. This doesn't have to be this way. And this is where we get to really, each of us, put forth whatever energies we want to in the timelines, and then it comes back pretty quickly. Now, if you put negative stuff out there, like you want certain people to suffer, that's exactly what's coming back to you. And it comes back pretty darn quick to smack you. And if you put out goodwill toward others, it emanates out further and further, and it spreads because that energy is what this reality is based on. If you look at the nature of this reality, it is beautiful, life-nourishing energies. The nature, if you look at nature, that can tell you about this reality and what the energies are here. And it's abundance and nourishment. So I will finish this video up on my Patreon. If you'd like to join over there, there's a few different tiers available, and we are doing different healings and also meetings and things like that over there. and just community building as well. And then I do a monthly Q&A also, so you can talk to me and ask questions and such. So if you'd like to check that out, the information is on my website. Please do. And also, my classes are coming up soon. I put out a notice a couple months ago about them, and then I decided to change the structure a little bit to make it easier for people to take the class at their own pace. So that information is coming out very soon. And of course, I have guided meditations available for download on my website as well. And if you'd like to get some personal coaching with me, I would love to do that with you. So that is also on the website. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope to see you on Patreon. Much love, beautiful family. Be well.